L to the 5th. What? Bye-bye.
There was a boy, a very strange, enchanted boy. They say he wandered very far, very far, over land and sea.
I stand here at the back half of what used to be the old antique store in Denton. When I first started going here to UNT, the person I was dating showed me around the square. Like, that was how I moved to Denton, it was the person I was dating. And the very first thing I ever did was go to the antique store. And, you know, I've been there probably 10, 20 times over the last 6 years. And it's like, it burned down at Christmas time. Like, I think it was literally Christmas night into Christmas Day, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, or Christmas Day, the day after Christmas. It was on Christmas. It was on Christmas that it burned down. And I remember just this huge wave of intense feeling come about me because it was gone. It was the first thing that I ever saw when I came, and now it'll be the last thing that was destroyed before I left. And it's so beautiful. Life. I'm not saying it's beautiful that it burned down. It's just life's beautiful, that there's things in our life that come full circle. You know, I'm very sad the building is gone, and I wish sometimes I could go back in there and shop for certain things, but I cannot. It's gone. And I feel kind of complete. My UNT journey feels complete. I was also in a wreck yesterday. Oh my gosh. Completely not at fault. First time it's ever happened. It's always been my fault in a wreck, and this time it wasn't. And life is very calm today. Very still. I feel like I'm letting it move through me right now instead of trying to move against it. The fifth dimensional journey for me, mainly right now, and since the beginning of its induction, like about 5 years ago, 6 years ago, was to find a higher part of myself. Something that wasn't confined by a need or by an emotion or by an object of material. Something inside of me that was honest and genuine with myself. Knowing my true value without having other people define me. Seeing beauty everywhere. Everywhere. In tears, in pain, in suffering. Seeing beauty in those things. Because there's something deeper that's coming to us because of it. Something later is gonna make sense. Even though I feel like I don't think I've made sense of life, X to the Z, X to the Y. Let's see, we're gonna have to think of a new one for that. But that was X to the Y. But obviously it was in some way X to the Z. I'll watch this several times and I'll figure out what I meant by that. My thought's gone. I'm here. I'm now. Jew Curls coming at you live. So it has been a great day. You know, before I started college, I was in like a routine of when I worked and when I slept and everything else, and I kind of forgot what that routine was about. And I forgot how happy I was and how genuinely elated I felt on a regular basis. I like to sleep in. You know, I work in the evenings, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, and I work until 9 or 10. And if I get up really early and follow the pattern that's like set by stuff like people, ancient wisdom books, people I've heard rise with the sun and fall with the sun. And you know, that's nice, but I just don't function like that. My job, given that it starts at 4 o'clock, if you're an 8 to 5 job and I'm 4 to whenever, you know, it would make sense that you would move getting up at 6 to, you know, 8 hours later, which is for me 12 to 2. I sleep in. Being myself and following my own path and allowing myself to remember that's how I was, because I've spent 6 years in school, gave me this huge perspective about how much I was giving out over the last 6 years and how much I was denying myself my own pattern for the sake of gaining something, which I'm happy. I'm very happy I went to school and got my degree and it's done, which is kind of crazy. It doesn't feel done. It doesn't, there was no monumental milestone like in my mind. The milestone was today, realizing how awesome it is to follow my own pattern and to get up when I want to. And so this week, right now, I said Jew Curls Live. You're totally checking out this hair right now, okay? So this is how I look, guys, when I go to bed a lot of times. And I'm gonna put like a hat over it before I go to bed. And then I'm going to let it dry and take it out tomorrow at some point. And I'll make another video tomorrow as to the update from tonight. So right now, it's like, you know, it's 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. And this is what I look like. And tomorrow I'll make another video and I'll let you guys see what happens. Because I am strange. And I feel like the biggest struggle I had for the longest time is accepting how weird and how different I am. Because I'm not like anyone else I can find. Like, and just last week, someone says to me, you know, someone asked me to describe you, Luke, and I had a really hard time. And I was so complimented by that because it's saying that there's so much about you that's just you that it's like you have to pick and choose how do you describe someone. And you don't want to pigeonhole someone by putting in certain things out first. So you have to like roundabout things. Anyway, guys, I'm not in college anymore. I look really tired. I had a few shots of whiskey that my mom bought me for my graduation. So I'm a little bit like down. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. This whole video has basically been X to the Y. The X is what is the point of going to school? And the Y, which I've already given you, is that it's an accomplishment. It's a milestone. It's something that we sacrifice ourselves for. I sacrificed myself for this degree. I sacrificed how I sleep, when I eat, what it's like to be a student. After teaching for like 6, 7 years before I became a student again, it was this huge amount of surrender that had to happen. I had to surrender to someone else's will, and it was so hard. I'm so used to being in charge and to having my way, and I didn't have my way at all. It was someone else's way. Or it was like this. You could either do it your way and get a C, or you could do it their way and get an A. And it's kind of like you have to sacrifice who you are to let others in. And then once they're in, you can either take the gift they gave you or you can not. Take it and give it away, or just give it away. And it's that ability to choose what it is that we want. It just, God, my life has changed, guys. I feel so light. I went to work today and it was just, I was finally teaching again, where I was giving my full self and honestly having not only the energy to explain, but to do it. Like, one of the things that we have to face as a society of teachers is that many students are visual learners. Most of them are visual learners. We are programmed from birth to visualize, to look at stuff. You know, it's the explanation of feeling or sensing the air around you, whatever, that has to be taught. Like, they be inside the visual cortex. They're all occipital lobe. You know, I learned that in AMP. Like, that's occipital lobe. Your frontal lobe, way up here, they ain't there. They ain't there. They're not there. You know, and it's our job to teach them. And I had the capacity to go, because I'm not doing anything but teaching. I'm not doing anything but teaching, and I have the energy now to go to work. I'm making a fabulous dinner with pasta and broccoli and carrots and bell peppers and beans, and all together with some like really awesome tomato garlic sauce. I feel like I should reveal a video about what I eat. Like, I don't eat what other people eat. I mean, I do, I guess. We all the same, but like my diet is so random, and I don't know. This ramble is officially done. Here is what I have for you. Your own vibration is yours to give or to turn off. If you turn it off and you sacrifice yourself, ask yourself why you're doing it. And if you get frustrated and caught up in the mess of the sacrifice, remember why. Why you chose to turn off your vibration. What are you learning right now? And what is that going to do going forward into your future? How is it going to affect you? How is it going to affect your vibration once you turn it back on? Because when you turn your vibration off, it goes on 0, right? Let's just make up a number. I'm resonating at 564, 0. You're in learning. After you learn about someone else's 427, how are you going to change your number to their number, and where are you going to change and move forward to? That is what the 6-year experience was about for me, was sacrificing my vibration sometimes on and off a lot, and hearing someone else's, being receptive and open to someone else's. And then now I'm in the recalibrating phase, which is odd because it's still season. My dance job doesn't really end until the first week in June. And so I'm like in this recalibration while still doing something I have been doing for the last 5 years. It's very, very, very interesting. Life is awesome. L to the 5th. So I thought there'd be like this huge revelation to give you guys after yesterday's video, but I don't. It's just what my hair looks like. I told you I would show you what my hair looks like the next day, and this is after working and like flipping around for, you know, like a lot. I did a lot today. So here we are, part 2. You twist it, you take it out, and it looks like curly hair. Not wavy, because if you do braids and do it, it looks like that, and that's not it. We want this, right? Anyway, here we are, L to the 5th.